walk me through how you felt about the Yankee season, because I'll tell you how I felt.
Okay.
Okay, I thought this thing is dreadful. We're not going to be good for a very long time. A-Rod is ancient. Everybody's ancient. We don't have a plan. And then all of a sudden, A-Rod, they kick him to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
They trade everybody except Betances out of the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
Then Gary Sanchez comes out of the baseball god's sky. And look at us now.
Well,
there's now a whole different scenario.
I think they're playing with the attitude now. Number one, a much younger team. And number two, they have nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So you play with a different energy when you're playing and you have nothing to lose. And I'm glad that they did what they did, because, you look at Cleveland, you look at Boston, they're all younger teams. Chicago Cubs.
Oh, yeah.
They're all younger teams. And so the Yankees were like, a little too old. And I think they made really good trades. Making this run just show the potential they have going into next year. But I also think that the mentality has to be, you gotta let these younger guys loose.
Yeah, even the guys who they got in the Chapman and Miller trades are not the young guys that injected life into the team in August. Those guys are still, seeds in the ground right now.
Yeah, they're like a year away. So I think it was an excellent move for the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think New York has something to be excited about. You look at what happened in Queens. The Mets have all these great young arms,
mm-hmm.
but they broke down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to be really guarded with your young players and take good care of them. But all the young players got to really do a better job of taking care of themselves physically.
Luis Guzman here on the Rich Eisen Show set. So why are you a Jet over a Giant? Because normally Giant Yankees go together, because the Giants from back in our time in New York City played in Yankee Stadium, and normally those are the connections. You don't usually hear Yankee Jet, which, by the way, I grew up in New York. Yankee Jet. That's a rare combination.
Well, you got to figure. I mean, when I was getting interested in football as a kid, there was a guy named Willie Joe Namath.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Number 12.
Or was it Joe Willie Namath?
Joe Willie.
Joe Willie. And so that really just sparked an interest for me and the Jets and how gritty of a team they were back in those days. So that kind of just hung with me. I mean, look, the Giants have had their greatness, Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms, all those cats. But, I just stuck to being a Jet fan. I was disappointed with this past weekend, that loss. Six interceptions. But I also believe that, the Jets have to have that same mentality the Yankees are having. You got to let some of these young guys really, because they got a great core, the Jets, but they can only get better if they let some of these other young guys loose.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.